Welcome to the webBikeWorld.com Part 1 video to illustrate our full comparison review of the GoPro Hero HD versus the Drift X170 video cameras. There's a Part 2 of this video also that compares recorded videos. Also be sure to visit webBikeWorld.com for the full review, detailed photos, and a discussion and final verdict on these two interesting video cameras. Comparing these two video cameras is somewhat unfair because the GoPro HD is full 1080p that records in H.264 format, while the Drift X170 is wide angle at 4:3 or crop 16:9 and records in .avi format. The GoPro HD takes very good video, while the Drift has a much better user interface with its own built-in LCD video screen, which makes it easy to get the camera set correctly before you start taking the video. A camera that combined the best features of both of these would be better than either one of these, but we can only hope. In the meantime, let's take a quick look at both of these cameras. Again, please read the full review on webBikeWorld.com for more information, all of the details, photos, and more. One thing that bothers us is the boxes these cameras come in, which are quite useless after they're open, which is very disappointing. The GoPro box even has a big plastic top that is non-recyclable. How about designing the boxes so the owner could store the cameras in them? The Drift X170 is long and rectangular with a soft touch body. It has a standard 1/4x20 threaded tripod mount on the bottom, which should be mandatory on any camera. The back compartment door seals tightly, and the camera is claimed waterproof to a ½ meter, which isn't very much. The wide-angle lens rotates to orient the video. The compartment cover is tough to open because it's so tight. Inside are the two AA batteries, the USB port, and the AV port, and the cover has a built-in gasket to hopefully keep out moisture. The X170 uses an SD card for storage. We're using a SanDisk Extreme 4GB that works well, and we also tried a generic and slow 512 MB card, and it worked fine also. The front side of the X170 has an easy-to-use button system and the LCD screen. Once the unit comes on, a live view is active, and it shows either the menu or the view. This is the best feature of the X170 because you can orient the camera correctly and also watch the videos or see the photos you took with the camera. The GoPro does not have this capability, and it has a very crude menu system in comparison that looks like something out of the 1980s. The wide-angle non-HD lens on the Drift X170 has an extremely close focusing capability, but this can distort the perspective. You can see how the live view works when the lens is rotated. Be sure to check out Part 2 of this video, which has a studio comparison of the two video cams and a comparison on the road on a motorcycle. The menu system is also accessed through the view screen, and it works well once you figure out which buttons to push. All of the internal settings for videos or photos are accessible here. The Drift X170 also comes with a simple on-off remote control that has its own wrist strap, and it has several other mounting accessories and various AV cables. But it does not come with any type of suction cup mount, which is probably a mandatory accessory on any video camera. The GoPro HD does come with this same type of mount shown here. Let's take a quick look now at the GoPro HD. It comes with this waterproof housing, and the big suction cup mount is included. Open up the waterproof case and the camera comes out. It's a simple box that is identical to its predecessor, also reviewed on webBikeWorld.com, the GoPro Wide. There's not much to the camera. It has exposed AV ports, USB port, and a microphone, and the SD card slot are also all exposed, so the camera must be placed inside the housing for any type of protection. Only two buttons are used. The front button under the lens turns the camera on and off and selects the menu choices, while the top button controls the shutter. Turn on the camera and the tiny LCD panel shows the very confusing menu choices. You'll probably need to carry a cheat sheet with you to change any functions with the GoPro HD, or you'll need an outstanding memory because the basic black and white screen provides a bare minimum of information, and what's there is very cryptic. By the way, apparently neither of these cameras have an obvious warning when the SD card is not installed, which stumped us several times. They should have a big obvious warning and a beep if the card isn't inserted. The GoPro HD also comes with all sorts of accessories to mount the camera, but it does not have the standard 1/4x20 camera tripod mount, so you almost always have to use the bulky suction cup mount, which doesn't really work very well in some situations. So that's a quick look at some of the features of the Drift X170 and the GoPro Hero HD video cameras. They both have advantages and disadvantages, so read all about it in the full webBikeWorld.com review. Also a reminder, Part 2 is a compilation of videos comparing these two cameras both in the studio and on the road. Thanks for watching.